Hi, thank you so much for tuning in to P2P Relates, where we talk about all things relationships. I'm Pat Renfro. Happy New Year! I took off last week as a bereavement week, and I'm back, and I was just thinking about all the different things that we tend to entertain in our minds as we start off a new year, especially after 2020. You know, you go through a lot. You come through a lot. You're grateful that you've come through. But boy, when you look back, my goodness, the challenges. So yes, especially for 2021, I would imagine many of us are excited about and anticipating and greatly hoping for a much easier year, a year with less travail, less deaths, less sorrow, less challenges. Oh my goodness, better health. But don't let me get on that. So this week, I want us to talk about 5 ways to have a healthy working relationship. So we'll go right in. First one, be an excellent communicator. And that is on so many levels, right? How can you communicate? Just want to encourage you to look at these 5 areas that I talk about today and just see if there's any area there that you need to work on, that you could really improve. And in case that might be too hard for you to admit to, maybe call up a few good co-workers and ask them. Put the questionnaire together in a way that fits your personality, and then just go through the questions. Say, hey, this won't take me long, but I would love for you to give me honest feedback and get that information that way. But be an excellent communicator. And being an excellent communicator involves that you're aware of how you communicate physically, intellectually, politically, spiritually. Just who do you show up to be when you're talking to people? Do they feel safe? Can they feel safe around you? Are you highly opinionated? Do you listen first, or do you want to be heard first? Just things to think about. Before you can even go out the booth and start communicating, you need to know how you show up and how you communicate, and what areas are you not so good in that you need to work on, and what areas do you do really well. So in order for you to be a good communicator to your coworkers and be an asset, you need to work on or make sure that you perfect on an ongoing basis your verbal skills, your written skills. If something has happened and you have a job to do, you're working on a project, how is it documented? How do you inform all the constituents? Make sure that everybody gets the memo. Are you doing that on a regular basis? And when you drop the ball, which we all are going to do sometimes, do you evaluate it and think about it long enough to say, you know, I need to work on that. I need to change that. So communication, number 1. Second, this is a really important one. Pursue performance excellence. Nobody can see me at home working. I have to decide that I'm going to put the work in. I have to almost look at everything like a project. But if I purpose in my heart to really be performance driven, not to a fault, not to excess, but if I just say, you know what, I really care about my performance. It starts first with me, not just can I make my boss happy or can I get a raise if I do a good job. No, let me be the kind of person I would like to work with. That's going to make the performer that you would like to become and that people would be happy to have around. The third one is really challenging if you're not naturally good at it or you haven't developed the skill. But establish boundaries, bro. Everything's not okay. You're not hired to be everyone, everybody, every project, every expert, every problem solved. That's not your role. So establish boundaries. What is it you want to be known for, want to be requested of, have been hired to do? Pursue those things. and hold people accountable. Don't let people just sling you this way and that way, because what will happen is you won't be able to do a really good job, and then they'll say you don't do a good job. They won't take any responsibility whatsoever for asking you to step outside your bailiwick. So just want to encourage you to pursue excellent performance, and you will be a highly regarded, admired, desired coworker. 4, be an excellent team player. What does that really mean? Well, I'll tell you what it really doesn't mean. It doesn't mean, well, as long as I get my job done that I was hired for, it's all good. Or, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not doing that other stuff. We in a team, no matter whether it's a marriage team, a small friendship team, a group on Facebook, if you're in a team, you gotta gravitate toward people and not away from. You've got to find out what the general consensus is and go as much as you can with the flow. Does that mean you don't speak your truth? No, that doesn't mean that. But it does mean that we fight, we battle it out, we try to make sure we're all heard. And then once we know it's been put out there, know when to pull back and say, okay, how can I join the team that has emerged? So you want to be seen as a team player. Does that mean team think, where everybody's supposed to emulate each other and never step outside the safe zone and all that? No, I don't mean that either. But what I do mean is you want to be the kind of person that carries their weight and takes seriously the job that they've accepted. And things will go well with you. And then number 5. Be a person of integrity. That means if somebody says, hey, I'll take care of that, the team members automatically relax because they know if Pat says she'll take care of it, it's done. We can only get that reputation by walking it out. So if you want to have respect and be admired and be the kind of person that people know they can count on your word, you have to work on your integrity. And integrity is king. So I wasn't here with you that long today. There's 5 things. Now, you know what? There's probably 25 things. But what I wanted to encourage you to do is just master these 5 first. And then do a check back. Maybe form a group with some people and say, hey, let's be accountable to each other so we can accomplish these goals for this year. And go through this little 5-point process and then look back in 3 months and see if it's better, or if you went back to coworkers and asked for feedback. Put a little simple questionnaire together. Would the feedback be affirmative or would it be a little embarrassing? Healthy work relationships are so vital to your peace of mind. When you can go to work and accomplish the tasks you were hired to do and work with other people and make the process even better because of all the different minds that are coming together to answer all the questions, life is much better and less stressful, which means you live longer and you live healthier. And so I bid you well. Please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you click the bell, if you haven't done that already, if you click the bell, whenever I do an upload, you will get notified. And finally, give me a thumbs up. That's always very helpful. Of course, I'm encouraging comments, especially about one of these areas that you may struggle with or that you consider yourself very good at. So those 5 again are: strive to be an excellent communicator, pursue performance excellence, establish boundaries, be an excellent team player, and finally, almost most importantly, be a person of integrity. Your word is your bond. You've got backbone. You'll stand up and do what you said you will do. When you speak promise to your people, they believe you because they've seen you do it again and again. Nobody's looking. Nobody will probably figure it out for years. But you're going to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Man, you got those 5 characteristics. You will always be in the midst of healthy work relationships. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you Friday. Take care.